Hello, everyone. Once again, I go out for a few hours just as Bitcoin is breaking down. I come back and yeah, we're at the same price as where I left it, and we've not taken any lows again. It keeps on happening. But hey, welcome everyone. Let's see if we do get any or a possible eventful daily open. We finally have a wick down on our yearly candle now. So that's interesting. We have tested back basically to where the year closed out. We've tested some support. We're getting a bounce, and we'll see what happens from here. Um, I'm only going to do this as maybe like a half-hour stream. Just cover the daily close/daily open, see how things get along, and yeah, just take any questions and stuff like that, basically. So yes, welcome VWAP Fib, Miko Dogs, Ollie, Alessio, Testy Storon, um, Gordy, Evilo. Happy New Year to you too. And yeah, welcome back everyone. This is the first little stream of the year. Easiest yearly open fade scalp, of course. So, yeah, let's take a look at the charts. I mean, we've had a bounce. Did anything take the lows? I think they did, right? But I can't entirely remember which ones did. This was the plan from the other day. I redrew it slightly with the cruise stuff. This was the plan from the other day, and we have come down again. So we did have this little bounce thing going on, and no lows taken. But yeah, it's been an interesting day of trading, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll basically see how this gets along. We're coming back up into this weekly resistance, which was holding so strong. So let's see if we can get a move up, and again, probably holding this and possibly move higher. Or do we finally come down and take these lows and then get a reversal? Or is it going to do the same thing that Bitcoin always does, and everyone expecting lower prices, and we never get them? Well, we'll have to wait and see. James Ran, how's Mexico? I'm going to be there in like a week. I'm excited. Yeah, it's just over, no, just under a week, and I'll be in Mexico, which would be nice. Man, this is just, I have all my alerts and everything placed down here, but I'm gonna replace them. This is on log. That'd be why it's not showing properly. Cool. So we're still getting this bounce. What we had at the lows was really interesting earlier. So I did just check this out again. I did the quick call with the crew this afternoon, and yeah, then had to pop out. But we did have a nice drop off of open interest, and actually, it seemed to be that point at which, once again, longs getting stopped out. You had short positions opening right at the lows, and now we are reversing, and we're coming into session VWAP and the weekly levels. So this is going to be a really interesting little trade here. So here's resistance coming right up if price can come up into it. Yeah, I'm going to be careful to say exactly where I'm going when I'm over there, just in case Farhan does come along. So, yeah, let's take a look at some stuff. Again, I'm just, as usual with these streams, just coming back after a bit of time away. And yeah, these FTX walls are still here. So this is kind of interesting, right? Seems a lot of potential sellers waiting in this area. Pretty stacked. We'll see what happens if Bitcoin can get a move up into that region. Had liquidations earlier. Oh, you see that pitchfork I posted earlier? Bounced off the middle. Took a cheeky long it. Take profit out of you up. Nice. Nice. Okay. Well, yeah, I think I've kind of, I guess, covered Bitcoin briefly. Does anyone want to know any more about Bitcoin? I mean, we know the resistance we're coming up into, and probably not much else around here. We know the higher time frames. We are well aware that we were expecting a move in either direction. The preferred direction was down, so as soon as we did get this point of control move down towards price, we were looking for this move down before a reversal. We're aware of our resistance higher up here, and yeah, we're just taking whichever trades are there. I don't even know what I'm talking about tonight. I'm too tired. But I did say I'd do a live stream. FTM popping off again today. I've already charted it, but I'd like to see what you have to say about it. Yeah, I'll take a look at some altcoins in a minute. We have a few interesting things I do want to cover outside of Bitcoin. I mean, we'll wait and see. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do the usual, what I normally do on the streams, is let's place an alert if we do come up and hit this weekly level, which is, I guess, kind of likely. You do have these highs up here, so I'm just going to take it if we just take out those highs and if we do get a front run. So that would be a like short opportunity within this region, and then let's see what happens. Maybe we're going to get a nice big repeat of what happened on the last live stream, which was literally one of those daily opens. You get that move down and then you reverse it throughout the day, but I think we've probably seen a bit too much of a bounce now to expect like this to happen really quickly. But let's see, maybe Asia session just dumps it once more. There's the alerts. If anything gets hit on Bitcoin, then we will take a look at it and we'll see where the daily can close. Ethereum's just come up into VWAP and this daily level. So this being quite an important level for, again, this not being the range so much. That was just taken from the Bitcoin range. But yeah, Ethereum trying to make its way back into this little region that it had between these dailies up here. This being the really old one. So we are seeing that resistance right now off of VWAP and around the daily level. Link's been moving up nicely. Good little trades off of this. Dot holding the weekly, and the other stuff I wanted to cover was, first of all, Atom. Still going strong. Wow. So Atom's like basically reached all targets. I'm still blasting on through them. So this was like the really big area of confluence that we had on Atom was the monthly level and the golden pocket here. And it's trying to get through this. So Atom BTC looking very strong after, and this is like one of my favorite trades recently because I can go back to basically when we were looking at Atom here and we were waiting for it to take out these lows to hit that weekly level, and that is where we took the trade. And now we're this, yeah. So this has been one of the best ones recently. So I'm very happy about this trade. It's one of those that's been going on for such a long time that you almost forget it even happened and you kind of forget what we were talking about back here. But I mean, I could bring on. Um, where was it? Try and find. Yeah, so this was way back here. So what, 13th, 14th of December we were looking at this. Wait for BTC pair to take the lows. And then we had Luxury who had the setup. So we were around here. Took the lows and off we go. So a move up of 100%. Lovely. El Zoyo, thank you very much for the 75 UYU. And just thank you very much for the 75 UYU. There's no message that goes with that, so thank you. What else do we have that's moving today? Algo's had a nice move up today. Does anyone want me to chart some stuff? FTM has been one that we've been looking at for a while as well. So that's been good. Not actually in that trade, but definitely interesting. ICP. Keep. Got some big movers. Near is still going for it. Solana's at support still here. QNT if you can. Please, made bank on it last time. Yeah, QNT is a nice one. I will take a look at QNT for sure. BNB is nice. I'm actually Sol's really interesting here. So just before I go on to anything else, I do really like the look of Solana. This is kind of what I was looking for on this. And I guess a lot of this depends on BTC, but you look at all of these lows, this is almost what we wanted Bitcoin to do, with it taking out, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lows here. Has it had volume? Not really. But yeah, it's a trade. You take out lows like this, you get people stopped out. It's a pretty decent trade off of that. But yeah, Solana looking interesting right now. Crystal ball, it's not my birthday, it's Bitcoin's birthday. My birthday's not for a while yet. It's Bitcoin's birthday. It turned 13 today, which seems to have gone completely under the radar. Today is the 13th anniversary of the Genesis block of Bitcoin, 3rd of January. And there's 10 minutes remaining of the 3rd of January. I should have changed that to Bitcoin's birthday stream, not Bitcoin birthday stream. Let me just edit the title of this. Now that makes a bit more sense, yeah? Bitcoin's birthday stream. Jordy M, thank you for the $3 Canadian. Dump Solana. Tim Crypto, 40k BTC. I don't know. Okay, I can go back to um yeah, Bitcoin in a minute. I'm just why am I looking at empty charts? Yeah, I did on Twitter earlier. Has anyone seen like as soon as I thought of that 13, I was like, this is Bitcoin's time to become a petulant teenager and just to piss us all off for a good few years. So, I mean, if there is a reason to bring in a really annoying multi-year bear market, Bitcoin turning 13 is probably the time in which to do that. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Um, I did do a little tweet earlier about that Kevin and Perry thing when he turns 13 and suddenly turns into a stroppy teenager. But I think most, probably only people in the UK get that. And no one else has a clue what I'm on about. So, yeah, Tim Crypto, 40k BTC. I'm just going to answer that question first of all with I don't think it's the most likely scenario. I do think if if we do come any lower, 40k is going to take a lot. That's going to take a lot of money to push price down to 40k. May, for me, if we take out these lows, I think we get a bounce. I'm really not expecting this just to collapse lower. It could do, and if it does, I'll trade it as that. Like, I would be really happy with seeing 40k Bitcoin again because it's cheap Bitcoin and it means all the alts will become a lot cheaper as well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It does feel like we're because we know what happened during the last range, right? Okay, and you had this and had this big move down, but we've spent so long down here, and this was kind of this. So if we were gonna really collapse, it would have been at that point, and I never saw that as being likely at this stage. We are back down at pretty important support here. We've got massive liquidity below us. I mean, the whole world's looking at it now, so I don't think that's going to be the easiest trade, which is why maybe it just hangs out around here before it's finally ready to make a move. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see what it does. I'm just trading it level by level. It's giving us some decent trades, and the altcoins are being the ones that are really trading nicely. Like I can throw on the link chart, and with some of this, like all you need is a VWAP. You know this is trending really nicely, and it's like some really simple, straightforward trades to be taken on the alts. But yeah, Bitcoin's kind of it is being a temperamental, petulant teenager right now, with it not actually behaving the way that most people are expecting it to do. I think the move down that we've had today was mainly based off of stock. So if we do have a look at the SPX, we did have that move down to fill its little gap. At exactly the same time, we had that move down on Bitcoin, and SPX is bouncing. It looks strong. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens with BTC. But certainly the alts are looking a lot more fun at the moment. So I am gonna chart a few alts. Miko Dogs, what do you think about the open interest in coin being 50% lower in coin but recovered higher in USDT? Um, Not quite sure what you mean. I guess you're talking about the difference between the inverse perpetual, the open interest in the inverse perpetual in comparison to USDT pairs. In which case, I haven't honestly haven't really taken a look at that. I yeah. Open interest is pretty flat across the perpetuals, and if we do go on to a USDT pair like this, yeah, okay, we're having this move up and mainly short positions. A bit of both. A bit of both. It's what I've been saying all day. Though it's a really like it's really balanced here. It's going to take some volume in order to get a move outside of this range. We had this range earlier, and we knew that we'd likely see continuation if. So this is the little. I did a small trading room today with the crew for New York Open, and we were expecting any breakdown of this range to get continuation, which it has, but that's about all we've got. So yeah, we'll see. And I'd say I guess in response to like the open interest on just across the market in general is like you are getting a lot of people just coming back into trading today. Yeah, so over the last day or two, we have had more people coming back into trading that have just been taking a break over Christmas and New Year. So it's natural you see a bit of a rise in open interest, but you're not really seeing like it is mostly short positions. So you're looking at Delta moving down. The open interest is it's a lot of short positions opening, so there could be potential for a short squeeze here. We do have poor lows on the daily, but that's been the case for a very long time. So we do have a lot of poor lows on the daily. We can go all the way back here, and we see there's barely any kind of buying tails going on with all of this. We could merge this, and we'll find that, yeah, poor lows, whatever it is. There's big sell walls above us. Is there much support below on here? Whoa, there's all the support that's been hanging around there for ages. So that is down there at 40k. Still there. Binance being Binance and just placing walls up everywhere. And Bybit, we don't know. Definitely a little bit of absorption of buying going on right now. So we are seeing some sell walls here, which is just pushing price down slightly. I still think we may get another move up to take out to hit that weekly in the VWAP. But yeah, let's do that and then do that. That'd be nice. Um. Anyway, sorry. People were asking me about altcoins, BNB. I'm so. Ugh. This is really easy, isn't it? Actually, this is much nicer. This is more like it. I'm going to do a little bit of charting on BNB quickly, just marking off some levels and then seeing where we are because it has been a while since I've looked at this. That doesn't look right, does it? Why do things always hang out in the middle of nowhere? No idea. Daily level good. Dailies. That's reasonable enough. To me, descending triangle, right? Into this weekly level, holding as support. I'm going to lose all of this because this is really old stuff. I'm not quite sure what all of these lines are. There we go. This is going to be hard. There's not really going to be any fixed range around here. High volume node, low volume node. Oh, we've just had the daily close as well. So I will just go back and check out the daily close. It's pretty unexciting, but it's there. So we do have a daily close that is below the yearly open now, do we? No, we don't. No, that's a lie. Let's go back to it. No, we don't. Still above the yearly open. So we have tested the yearly open. It's closed above. Another inside day. Another one of those not very eventful ones. I'm just interested in Bybit. Binance here. BNB. See, I would like this region as support, but you're lacking any volume within there. So if we were to get a move down, I think, yeah, you'd have to be cautious of that. I've just moved this daily level again. What else can we add onto this? Where's the actual low? Pivot there, maybe? That's a bit better. Yeah, I think if I was looking at the NBA, I wouldn't want it to be taking any. Like, I mean, you're at the low of the range, and it wouldn't be at all surprising to see it do something like this. But if I'm looking for a trade, and if this isn't something that I trade very often, I think I'd quite like to see it come down a bit further, down towards about $450 before any reversal. But you're at support right now, so see. It certainly doesn't look awful. This chart looks awful. I don't know what I'm thinking of on this one. Oh, wait, it was that. It's log scale. 1.618. Which is back where we were, like exactly back where we were previously. But this time actually holding really well. Okay, BNB on the US dollar pair doesn't look so good. On the BTC pair, it looks really, really great. And we can just zoom in, and this is log scale. Okay. Like, what does it look like? Okay, this looks kind of strong. So see how it goes. You have had a change of market structure, so you can see coming down, lower lows, lower highs. You change market structure, taking out that pivot. Not yet taking out this, which is a bit more major, but then you've come back down into these lows that were back here. And yeah, we could be looking at one of those cup and handle, rounded bottom, bull flag type situations on the BNB BTC pair. So I look at this and it does make me much more bullish. QNT as well. Sorry, D Trader. Yes. Hugo and CXZV, I will answer your questions in just a second. La, la, la. QNT looks like a larger time frame, more drawn out, bigger pullback version of what the BTC, the BNB pair looks like locally. Very, very stable. I think the project is good for QNT. It is holding back above. So I'm just going to, again, very brief analysis on this. Where you are on here, we can pull some fibs on log because I think that's where we are at on here again, which will lead me into the other question of why I like to use log. And 786 with a decent area down here. You have your first little weekly lows. Monthly. Okay. Gonna do it because it is an altcoin. On they go. Not telling us much. Really flat. And then QNT USDT. It's holding support right now, isn't it? QNT. For sure. So a very similar situation. Let me just go back onto KuCoin. And we're at that weekly level. Okay, having seen like that big move down, this is just illiquid lows. We did get that move down from, again, little descending triangle type thing on here. We can lose that. We can lose that because that was a nice move up and we're holding this weekly level after having seen a really big markup in price. And then we can go low to high, and this is Coinbase is stupid. I feel like I chart this all the time and it's always the same because like it hasn't changed for a month or so. So you can probably just go back through the through the history of the charts that I post and stuff, and it's literally exactly the same. But I'm bullish on this. I hold a position in QNT and I have been adding at this area. So that's that. If it goes down, weekly open down here. Why have we got a weekly open? Lower time frames, there's probably nothing that you can say about this because just no one's really trading these low caps right now. They will come later towards the end of the next little rally that Bitcoin has. So if we do start to see a big markup on Bitcoin, these low caps will become much more tradable. But for now, yeah, nice accumulation region if you are interested in this asset. Hugo, what are your favorite XO templates, TPO and bid ask? Yeah, so these are just the ones that I use on stream. I do have, my day-to-day trading is based much more off of, like, I use XO desktop for that. It's a very different setup, but these are like my stream charts, so it's just the really clean, simple stuff. I do have a bid ask on here that I do. This is what I use to kind of explain a lot of the time what I'm seeing in terms of delta and open interest. And then I use obviously the delta profile just to show if we do have like trap traders at the lows and things like that. This is like the educational kind of setup that I use. And again, same with the TPO. So TPO for me is just another way of reading the same information within the candles, but it's just a different interpretation of that. So there are certain setups within here. You can see, actually, interestingly enough, today's close like right inside value area, which is kind of interesting. So previous day value area. If anyone who kind of follows these videos and stuff, you'll know there are certain setups that we do like to take that are based off of the TPO charts. We're always really interested in where the points of control are and things like that. So yeah, that's probably the other main one. But a lot of what the setup is that I do on here is mainly just the stream style stuff. So it just makes it easier to explain. Like, things are nice and clean on these. I have a simple CVD that just shows your CVD really cleanly. There is like a lot more content to come on the XO desktop stuff, but again, it's coming. It is coming. And CXZV, can you expand about log scale a bit? Like when it's better to use it. So for log scale, what I tend to do is, for something like, and I won't be using it on all of the altcoins, like certain ones that have had maybe moves of 100, 200% around those kind of areas. Linear scale is perfectly fine. I mean, you're going to get decent sized moves, but when you're looking at something like BNB, for instance, which has had like multiple 1,000% moves, you just can't chart on linear anymore. Like, this is just ridiculous. So how is it possible to look back at history on linear scale and to get a real kind of understanding of scale? With that, it's just like, oh, that's nothing, and then suddenly it does all of this. Whereas if you put it into log, everything starts to make a lot more sense. So the higher time frame, the macro ideas and things, I do use log scale on. BNB being one of them, Solana, Luna, name a layer one that's pumped thousands of percent in the last year. Log scale is when I will tend to do most of my high time frame analysis. And it's the same with like Link, for example. Like, Link hasn't had a very good year, but overall log scale is really nice for it. If you go back to linear, it's just, these moves are huge in comparison to previously. So I prefer to look at percentages rather than like dollar value. So linear scale shows you the move in dollar value, log scale shows you the move as a percentage, and higher time frames, percentages are what is important. Okay, if Bitcoin drops 10k, it drops 10k, but if Bitcoin drops 10%, like, that's significant. Okay, so that's how you tend to look at things. Low time frames always linear, because I want to know the price, and I want to have that scale on there. But yeah, when I go into higher time frames and I'm looking at that stuff, log scale is great and it works really, really well. So hopefully I explained that. Again, stick that in linear, not very helpful. And it's really good for targets as well. Like, log scale is brilliant. Like, this is how I was able to short the all-time high on BNB, and literally released a video like 2 days before it happened saying you don't want to be caught up in BNB. It was really that simple. And it is just looking at what you do on the blue sky breakout. This is the, where are we? Was it the BTC pair? Where's my 618? There it is. So you put it into log. You have your low. You have your previous all-time high. You come back into your low. What happens? Where has it been held ever since? It is that 1.618. On linear, not useful. Okay, it's all the way down here. It wasn't really doing much. Holding support on there, but not doing so much. That's why log scale is really, really, really nice. So, Bitcoin's open so far. We no longer have VWAP with weekly as resistance. It's gone because we're in a new day. It is a shame. But we will have that as our weekly VWAP now. We'll be up here because it's Tuesday. So this line will just be continuing on. So our weekly VWAP would be decent resistance if there is a move up to there. Weekly VWAP plus weekly level. That's kind of nice. We're looking for this move down though, and I'd really like to see Asia take out the lows and reverse it once more, but we'll wait and see. This becomes support. The yearly becomes support for sure now, and if we do get a move into that, I would expect a reaction. We are going to get a move into that maybe. Your daily pivots here. That's going to probably get hit. All that spot buying that we were seeing recently has dried up a little bit. Funding rate, pretty negative. Yeah. And price just being pushed down. Pilots things into support. So you can just see here, like this is very, very typical of a daily open. You have sell walls above, price not being allowed high to move any higher. Getting some heavy sells coming in. But yeah, nothing too much. I think Olief has my kind of plan as well. That would be quite nice. Have a move into the yearly, take it into the weekly, and then take out the lows and then reverse it. Daily open obviously isn't there anymore. That's now your weekly open. ETH was just decent. Cool. Okay. I think, like I say, this was only meant like this was just going to be a quick stream. Um, yeah, I'm going to get some sleep. We're doing London Open tomorrow morning, so I am going to get some rest now, and we'll do the London trading room tomorrow morning as usual. That will be good fun. So we'll see what happens overnight. I have some. If alerts go off overnight, then they go off. I'm definitely interested to take a long position if we do come down and take those lows. We'll see what happens when we wake up. But I have a feeling Asia's going to probably do a dump if we're going to get it. Yeah, cool. On that note, thank you very much for watching. Anyone who hasn't already done so, please do hit the like button. If you are not already subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you want to know more about our community, you can check us out on tauruscrypto.com, which is the website like up there in the top corner. So that gives you more information about the community and everything. You can join our free Discord server. I can quickly pull it up on here so you can have a little look. And so here is the website. Welcome to the website, which is being a bit slow to load. None of the text is loading. That's not very helpful, is it? But there's the website anyway. There we go. Now the text is loading. So you can join the free Discord community here and learn a bit more about what we do, if you have not done so already. VWAPFib has also posted the link to the Discord in the comments, and I am going to wrap it up there because I am tired. And yeah, thank you. So I'll catch you all soon.